Welcome to Present Poetry, a podcast where we sit back, relax, and enjoy some poets of the past and present. I'm your host, Erin Crittenden, and before we get started on this week's episode, I want to remind you that all of the material used in this podcast is either public domain or used with permission from the author or the author's estate. It's a fun time for all ages, so sit back, relax, and get ready to hear this week's featured poet. This week's featured poet is Phillip Hurt. Phillip Hurt is a disabled veteran who lives in western Colorado with his family. When not at his blue-collar job, he enjoys birthing creativity into this world through his writing. Phillip has been published by Black Coffee Creative, The Light Within, and is currently in contract with HellBound Books. We are reading a few of his poems that he submitted to us through the forum at presentpoetry.com. This poem is called Please Don't Thank Me for My Service. Lost with no direction, standing in purgatory between boyhood and my life ahead. Expressionless behind the desk, she says, please take a number. No empty seat in the waiting room. My numbered ticket, too many digits to count. Expectations only of mediocrity. There wasn't any good reason not to believe them. To serve was my best option. My reasoning? Everything but to fight for my country. 'Twas simply a game. Floating toy soldiers in coveralls. My tool bag was my weapon, and the enemy in disrepair. With each anchor drop, a piece of me died. Vacancies soon filled with a plethora of mental illnesses, similar to producing nuclear waste next to where Mr. Rogers was filmed. Cells within, now filled with crude that once contained innocence. Leaving no more a man than still a boy. Years on the calendar was all that matured, a recycling of looped feelings and a desire to separate from them, in a multiverse of the same verse, but no wormhole to escape from. Back to where the journey began, now treated different than before. Words, without escape, unexit my mouth, post the thank you for your service. Flashbacks flooding my memory's eye, my skin as if covered by cockroaches, finally able to muster a response. It's unclear if the thankful are sincere, or just something they think they should be. There likely would be a change of tone if they knew my truth. My declare, not of patriotism, fearing God, or bearing the flag, but of critical thought, reason, and kindness. Things that many Christians keep locked in their basements, alongside their contradictions. Many who have marched in similar boots feel the same as I, but I'm the lucky one. Some made it home, but lost their battle within. Others obeyed their command, only to see the dead with closed eyes. I remain standing, grateful for the things not asked of me. So, God damn it, don't thank me for my service, please. I did nothing to be thanked for. This poem is called Thought Immigrant. I am an immigrant of my ancestors, from a home not of my choosing, but a home nonetheless. You look at me in the rearview mirror, sticking to the vinyl bench seat on this hot summer night, and you see me in you, and my skin of you, and my eyes of yours, and my hair of you, and my thoughts only of me. My castle walls are built high. Still, I'm along for the ride. The radio dial smooths as it rolls to the left between your fingers, and as you take the corner, your thumb falls. The voice from the speakers, a raspy whisper, attempts to tickle my eardrums. Propaganda falls to the floorboard, xenophobia out the window. The red of the stoplight floods the cab, but I fear not of drowning. I'm scared that you, the driver, will not only perish, but also swerve and take out oncoming traffic. As I look into your eyes from the back seat, I see fear. I see pain. I see the lost eyes of a child long forgotten, taught to never show their hurt, but only inflict it. You strap your megaphone hearing aid on and gorilla glue your goggles to the screen. You hang on every spitting word from O'Reilly and Hannity. They are the generals who buckle in to ride shotgun to the fool of the Red Hat Brigade. On their soapbox, they surgically remove critical thought to the masses. They take aim towards the lost children, the ones who never stood a chance, the ones wrapped in their flags and washed of holy water still fresh of the womb. You see, it's easier to control when it begins before learning to walk. The user guide for it can be found in the glove box, under the Glock, the stack of napkins, and takeout menus. Just before the stoplight turns green, the car pointed towards the red side of the border, the knobs for the car door locks vanish with a click. Eyes meeting in the mirror, I resemble you not. After the light turns green, the whisper from the speakers, now coming from the mouth. Your tongue sounds of static snow, growing more agitated with each syllable, with each word, with each agate prop. With no handle to make my exit from the coupe's back seat, I kick out the back window. Escape the discrepancies and false narratives. Never will this immigrant immigrate to the land of united thought. This poem is called Manipulating Vibrations. Distorted feedback at the base of my skull, the medulla reverberating, my nerves being strung like a doghouse bass, a bluegrass waltz played in B-flat to the peripherals, my senses boomeranging back to my senses. This poem is called Self-Inflicted. I lay dormant, waiting to release my fungal spores. With my arrow, I take aim at your feet, your hands and fingertips, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your stomach and chest, your thoughts and desires, all places where I stick easily, places that are reminiscent of our time together. You stopped feeding me too long ago to remember now. It's okay though. The hibernating void is enough to keep me alive. I feed on the dark and despair, on your failed hopes and dreams. They're just sitting there unused. They are your festering ulcers, food for the flies and a nest for their young. Just the thought of us back together keeps me going. Remember when I was your greatest love and everything else was in our way? Nobody could love you like I do. They all see you as a failure. Your wife, your kids, your dog and cat. Why disappoint them? They're already expecting your defeat. If you need a reminder, I have the home movies. Play them back with your insecurities, your anxieties, and your suicidal ideations. I'ma be honest, you're not any less pathetic nowadays, but you already knew that, didn't you? I've made myself known in the shadow of light, deep in the darkest corner within you, where only I know your secrets. In the alley, behind the dumpster overflowing with your shame, I would never allow you to forget. I've grown stronger over time, a wound, a scab that never heals. I am with you, never to leave. You can't stray too far from me. I am the shadow that you cast as if it's always high noon. I am visible with the words you speak, the underly spoken and overly spoken. I'm a trickster in that way, a jester, a harlequin, a joker, allowing you to think you're the one in control. You're a fool if you think you can't be seen through. On the other side of tempered glass, details of yesteryear, a fuzzy silhouette of what you once were. I can control this. I can control you. You speak those words, but I know they're lies. You know symbiosis is non-negotiable, because I don't play well with others. I'm the parasite that feeds off everything that makes you whole. I have the patience of a clock with a dead battery. Nothing but time on my side. I wait for your misstep, it's undoubtable. And when it does, we'll be hand in hand forever and evermore. This poem is called The World is Getting Smaller. We live in a world that exceeds our expectations of reality, greater than our wildest imaginations, where we have to call tech support to link our new AI sex bot with its accompanied medical-grade silicone toy, and when our history books read as current events in the Sunday paper. Still, we all cozy up alongside one another with our weapons drawn. In a digital fishbowl, we slosh in the murky bandwidth, foul with the hate we spew from the keyboard, and skim the top residue to feed the fire, raining acid as their reign of terror continues. Go gadgets around our fingers and wrists, in our ears and pockets, tethering us to our webs of Wi-Fi. $1,000 suits herd us in their pixelated corrals and upcharge us by the hour for rent. We feed on cookies of the tracking devices that we gladly saddle ourselves upon and pay a premium for, while distracted by shiny playthings. Systematically, they rape us of our humanities as we continue to beg for the crumbs that fall from between their fingers. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Present Poetry Podcast. If you enjoyed the show, feel free to like us, leave a review, or share us on social media. If you are a poet or you know someone who is, we would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us or submit your work through our website, which is www.present-poetry.com. Again, that is www.present-poetry.com. We can't wait to hear from you.